Yes, people, welcome back to the only YahYah. Welcome back. And yes, of course, 1-1 versus West Ham. As you can tell, it's a bit of a bittersweet feeling. But I'm actually happy not the way we approached the first half of the game, but I was actually happy with the way we ended the game. Especially after going behind, something automatically clicked. United woke up. United became a lot more electric. Started playing on the front foot. Started playing with a bit more intensity. And that is how we need to start the games. That is how we need to play football games in order for us to be successful. There is no way United is going to win a game of football playing at a low intensity. It doesn't work. Cunha needs it, Mbeumo needs it, Sesko needs it, Bruno needs it, Ahmad needs it, Casemiro needs it. The only player that doesn't really need it is Kobbie Mainoo, because no matter how fast you play or no matter how slow you play, Kobbie Mainoo will always find a solution to play the football game at his pace. And that is something that we have to respect about him as a player, because there's not a lot of players you find can do that. And the players that we find that can do that, continuously play football at their speed every time, are top players. I.e. Pirlo, I.e. Toni Kroos, I.e. Modric, I.e. Wayne Rooney, I.e. There we go. So there's a lot of players that we can name that play at a very low, mid intensity, but still gets the job done. And these are the players we have to learn how to respect. Now, think about one of the best midfielders to ever play the game in Pirlo. Never, ever played at a fast intensity. Same with Toni Kroos. Never played at a fast intensity. And that's crazy because, okay, for Pirlo, we can say maybe he gets away with it because he's Italian. Italian football is slow. He never really left the league. So maybe the football quality and type of football suited him. But then, let's talk about Toni Kroos. Coming from the Jürgen type of football, you know, where it's the high intensity German, rugged, because German football is very similar to English football. The only difference is German football have moments of team brilliance, whereas you find a lot of teams in England, you have moments of individual brilliance. That's the difference. I feel like in Germany, and so they're more kind of focused still on the team, whereas in the EPL they try to have their best players get in areas to create individual moments. Hence is why we see so many brilliant goals in the Premier League, because that's what happens. But yeah, United versus West Ham was a really good watch, man. Like, I actually enjoyed watching the game. There were moments in the game like first of all, let's talk about the first goal with Luke Shaw, because I don't understand what the fuck he was doing. Now, how do you tackle someone? Yeah? Miss that tackle. Then approach to do another tackle. Miss that tackle after giving the ball away. And then you don't even run back to get back in position to stop the cross. And of course, Lisandro Martinez should have came cross and dealt with that, no doubt. Yes, maybe Mbeumo should have covered a bit faster. Yes, maybe one of the midfielders should have flew out at Jared Bowen. But at the end of the day, we can't ask for anything else but for Luke Shaw to have better moments, especially him being a senior footballer. Now, I don't understand also in that phase of play what was going on. What were we trying to do? Were we trying to progress the ball? Were we trying to draw them onto us? It was just a weird minute, and to be honest, that was actually the only minute or two of the game where you could say United was on this. United didn't seem like they knew what they were doing, because other than that, it seemed okay. It actually seemed okay. And us getting that late equaliser by Benjamin Sesko. Now, if you look at the game again, or anyone who watches the game over again, look at the 87th minute when Ahmad crossed the ball short. Sesko was quite disappointed, but you know what he did? You could realize that, and that this is the key. And any young footballer, there were 3 moments in that football game where, for me personally, you can learn so much. And that is from the 2 Yoro tackles, which was excellent, to be honest. Which was excellent because it showed you, one, how to read, how to defend on a one-on-one, but not only that, how to defend when you have more than one player running at you, where firstly, you close down the pass to the other player. You close down the space and the gap between you and now the ball carrier. And then after his next touch, where he makes a decision, either he's going to cross, shoot, beat, that's when you approach. So it has to be all well timed. You know, when you're playing a video game and every time he reaches to the line, you have to press X or something to let the balloon dissolve or something happen. It's the same. Timing. You have to time it right, or else you get it wrong, you're in trouble. And the same when Traore had a really good chance where he waited, he baited him, he let him go into the position where he wanted him to shoot and not have a cross, and then he just tackled. Brilliant by Yoro, saving us in the game, else it could have been 2-0, 3-0. And then straight away we go down, we see Ahmad cross the ball, Sesko reads it, and this is another moment. Sesko reads it, it goes short, and then the cross comes around again, and Sesko reads it, and Sesko realizes, okay, this ball's probably going to drop short, and he just comes around and gets a flick right on the near post. He doesn't go too far past the near post because he knows he needs that flick to go in, so he needs to stay in the width of the goal. And also he doesn't run too early, so he doesn't have to take a touch. He meets it with right and good timing, and that is why for me that goal was exceptional, and it shows that Sesko is actually in really good form, because no matter if he scores, he's coming on, no matter if he's starting games. Over the last 5-6 games, the guy has been scoring goals, and we have to respect that. And I'm actually really happy to see that he is playing really well. Now, does this warrant for him to start? Probably. He probably deserves to start. And I think Michael Carrick needs to do a bit more to give him a chance to start. See what happens with our preferred front three of Sesko and Boomo and Cunha. See what we can get now they've played 20 games together. See what can happen. See what we can create. See if we can start building relationships for next season going forward. See if we can give them 10 games of starting together and see what happens going along with the season. Because don't get me wrong, Ahmad is a top player, and Ahmad did, at the end of the day, was involved in a lot of good things in the game, but also he did a lot of things in the game where I'm like, you know what? We need to get the ball off your feet so much within the game and get the ball more onto Cunha's feet within the game. Too much within the game, too much times we give Ahmad the ball and we're not giving our best ball players the ball. Cunha, Bruno, Menu on the ball enough, and we need to get him on the ball more often. We need to get Mbumo coming in on that left foot and hitting. We need to get him crossing. We need to get Sesko running on the back post. We need to get Cunha cutting inside on that right foot and curling. Like, we need to get these small things happening. And the minute you see we start to get these players feeling comfortable in positions that they play and playing together and building relationships, we're going to be going forward on a very, very, very high level. Now, let's talk about this guy and this haircut thing, because I think now we have failed twice or 3 times to get you a haircut, bro. Go cut your fucking hair down. Listen to me. Between YahYah and you, bad boy, I'm telling you right now, this has now become a distraction for the club. And I feel like we need to just work harder in realizing that all these things that we bring and the pressure and unnecessary pressure that we bring to our players, we need to do a lot better so that we don't get them in positions like this so they can go out and just perform. Because I feel like that was actually something that was at the back of some of these players' minds. Like, fuck, we get 5 wins right here, we get this guy this haircut. Fuck, we need 5 wins. Fuck, we need to get 5 wins. You know, not because they just need to just go and win the next game, but because they thought that they needed to get that win for that guy. And that's why the game had like a final feel. That's why the game felt like it was a final. Like, both teams were showing each other respect. But that's just because United was poor and didn't want to go after the game enough. But yes, people, it's been your boy YahYah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications, so of course I can keep bringing you great content going forward. Have a nice time. Take care. Ciao.